player and basketball and bounce. C is for cowboy and carrot and crawl. D is for devil. And donut and dances with donuts. E is for entomologist and egg and exercise. F is for football player and football and It's for girls and gloves and gala. H is for horse and house and hop. I is for inventor, invention, and ice skate. J is for Jaya and jump. K is for Kofu and kite and kick. Red Riding Hood and Lunchbox and Lip. M is for musician and making music. N is for Native American and nose and O is for overalls and octopus and opposites. P is for Pocahontas and pencil and Q is for Queen and quilt and quiet. R is for rabbit and rubber ball and go. Rowing, I'm rowing in the sea, rowing, I'm rowing in the little sea. Rowing, rowing, going to the island. Rowing, rowing, singing this song. S is for soccer player and soccer ball and score. T is for tiger and time and tricycle. U is for unicorn and umbrella and upside down. V is for vampire and begin and vibrate. W is for wolf and whistle and walk. X is for X-Men and X-ray. Y is for yellow and the Indian and the yarn. Z is for zebra and zipper and zigzag.
Next time, won't you sing with me?
That's how the dictionary ends. The gingerbread girl liked the show too. But the next thing I knew, I found this note. What are you doing? Gingerbread girl, bring back my car! Bring it back! Gingerbread girl! Gingerbread girl!
Getting out of here!
Gingerbread girl. Gingerbread girl, what were you thinking about? If you took my car. You're not supposed to be driving yet. No. It's dangerous. And you're not supposed to do that. And after, I mean, really, I'm really surprised at you. I mean, I know you like to have adventures, but that wasn't the way to do it. If you want to have adventures, would you just talk to me? Tell me. We can figure something out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're sorry now. Okay. Let's see. I know you like to travel and have I have it. Why don't you go to summer camp? Lots of girls and boys go to summer camp. Nature, horses, swimming. It'll be fun. And then you'll come back in September and you can be with us again. Is that a good deal?
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. Let's shake. You just wait here until the summer camp bus comes to pick you up.
started.
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
Be quiet and don't yell out.
Absolutely, be quiet and and you do not get up. Jamil.
Sit on your bottom and raise your hand if you want to talk.
Very nice. Why should you sit on your bottom?
So people behind you can see.
Okay. Now look behind you, Jamil, and if the person behind you can see because they're bigger than you, it's okay. But if they're a child, then you should sit flat. Anna Clara. You should have no side conversation. Very good. Tani. That's right. Very nice. Farshad.
If you're in the back, you can sit on your knees because nobody's behind you.
If no one is behind you, you could be on your knees, but for that reason only. Forrest.
Hands to yourself.
Hands to yourself. Absolutely. Camilo.
If somebody's talking to you, don't talk back. Just tell them to be quiet.
Absolutely. That's an excellent idea. Don't respond so that you have no one to talk to. Jennifer.
No hitting.
No hitting anybody. That's very good. Carlos.
Don't turn your back.
That's right. Listen to the person who is talking. I have some special pencils. I know a lot of you can tell me more about being a good audience, but instead of taking a lot of time talking about being a good audience, I'm going to ask you to be a good audience. I'm going to look around for people that get special good audience pencils. So I'll have my eyes wide open. You can put down your hands. And now I'm going to introduce to those of you who do not know him. Yes, but I will let you lead it.
Okay.
This is Michael Beer, and he's the kindergarten teacher, and he also is going to introduce our Vista song. So, you can join him.
Okay. We always start every assembly with our school song. You remember it, I'm sure. As soon as it's quiet, we can begin. Our school
is nestled up high on a hill. That's what we like about Vista. Our teachers like us to learn, and we will. That's what we like about Vista. We even have a unicorn with a silvery mane and a golden horn. Our friends are happy to see us each morn. So many different places at Vista. The view from the porch is so lovely to see. That's what we like about Vista. But we're learning to look far beyond our need. That's what we like about Vista.
Are you looking a lot? Well, the play is going on.
All right. We are looking far beyond Albany today. We're looking back in the time, and we're looking back to another place on the east coast of the United States. And we're going to watch a play that's, the name of the play is actually written over here. It's called The Experiment. Now, some of you know what an experiment is, right? In science, you do experiments all the time. You mix different things together, and you try different things, and you see what happens. What's the result? Well, that's what this story is about. It's about an experiment. It's about the mixing of two different kinds of people. And we're going to find out what happened. We're going to show you what happened in that experiment. But you have a part in this play, too, a very big part. Whenever I move my hands like this, you say, and a long time ago, this happened in America. Let's practice. Okay, ready?
And a long time ago, this happened in America.
Okay, that's your part, and you're wonderful. All right, let me start the story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful land. The sky was clear, mountains were covered with trees, there were all kinds of wonderful animals flying in the sky and living on the land, swimming in the waters. Millions of buffalo lived on the grasslands. This was America. And many different people lived here. Some of their names are the Ojibwe, the Seminole, the Cherokee, the Lakota, the Chumash people, the Hopi, the Inuit, and the Wampanoag. The Wampanoag people lived, they enjoyed their life. They were surrounded by beautiful things. By trees, the forest, the moose, the beaver, beautiful lakes, silver birch trees. In fact, we know a song about this.
Oh yeah, we know this song. Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wonders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. Hi-ya-ya, 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 hi-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, hi.
The Wampanoag lived in the east side of the United States, right next to the big water that had no end. Nobody had ever been to the end of that water. It went forever. And here, they hunted turkeys and deer. Here they planted corn, pumpkins, and beans. Here they played games. And here they worshiped their gods. And a long
Time ago, this happened in America.
One day, two Wampanoag children out in the woods saw a very strange thing in the water, and they ran to tell their parents. Giant bird with wings. And a
Long time ago, this happened in America.
The Wampanoag watched through the trees, trying to understand about these strange creatures. They watched as these newcomers tried to make houses, but really didn't know the best way to do it. They watched them dig in the dirt and drop in seeds, but the Wampanoag knew that nothing would grow in the wintertime. They watched them looking for food, but they couldn't even see where the animals were hiding. And these people prayed to their gods.
And a long time ago, this happened in America.
The Wampanoag met together to decide what to do about these newcomers.
What shall we do? Shall we fight them and drive them away from our land? No, they are just another tribe. The land is for all. Let us share it with them and they will be our friends.
Yes, the Wampanoag believed that there was enough land for everyone, and that the land belonged to everyone. And we know a song about that. Will you sing?
This land is our land. This land is our land. From California to New York Island. From the redwood forest
decided to welcome the newcomers to this land that was enough for everybody.
Okay, day, white people. We have heard of others like you that came in the north. These others wanted to trade furs of beavers for colored beads and good knives. Have you something to trade?
No, we came here to live. We had much trouble. We had to leave our home in England because the king would not let us pray to our own God in our own way.
Then it is good, because here you are free to live as you like. And a long time ago, this happened in America.
What you're showing you today is true. These pilgrims had come a long way from England by way of Holland. They were traveling for 2 months in a small boat. They came in the fall, and when they got here, it was the winter time, and that first winter was very, very difficult for them. Half of them died. But in the springtime, the Wampanoag gave the pilgrims the seeds of the corn, the beans, and the squash, and showed them how to plant it in a little hill, putting in a fish that would be fertilizer for the plant when it was growing. They showed them how to find the deer, where they were hiding, camouflage in the trees. They showed them the very best places to go for fishing, because they knew all the good places. But even today, don't we learn better when we're cooperating, sharing ideas, helping each other? We know a song about that. If you'll flip to the next page after the experiment. No, that's this page after the next. Sounds good to me. The more we sing together, 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 the more we sing together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we sing together, the happier we'll be. And it came true. Because they worked together, the next fall, after that bad winter, the pilgrims and the strangers collected a great harvest. Now the Wampanoag people, they always had feasts to celebrate when they had a good year of planting and growing. And the pilgrims also had feasts to thank their God, and now they really wanted to give thanks because they had found a new home. So giving thanks was something that both people could share. And so they decided to have their feast together. At the feast, there were 80 Wampanoag and 30 pilgrims. And everyone brought something. Let me see. Some people brought, what did grade 1 bring? Miss Umlin's room. Fish. They brought fish to the feast? Shellfish and fresh fish? Come right up. No, I mean, we'll get first grade. Bring it right up to the feast. Fresh fish and shellfish. Yes, another Kathy. Oh, Kathy Whalen, first grade, brought some pumpkins. Bring some pumpkins. Pumpkins came to the feast. And please stay, of course. Another first grade? Christina Russell. Oh, Christina Russell's first grade. What are you bringing? More? Oh, beautiful corn. Beautiful corn. Put it right on the table. Delicious. How about some second grade things for the feast? Dawn Fairbanks. Right up to the table. Do I see turkey? Pat Donaldson, second grade, bringing turkey. Let's have some of that turkey. Put it right on the table. Bring it right up to the table. There was eating and drinking and playing games and dancing and contests, and this party lasted for 3 days long. Look at them going at it there. My, what a party that was. Okay, and then finally it ended, and everybody said goodbye to their new friends, and they went back home. Not you. Not you. Now, Madeline's going to help me, right? When this feast happened, and this really did happen, it was, can you flip one more page there? This was in November of the year 1621. What month is it now? What month is it?
November.
Yes, now you know why we celebrate Thanksgiving in November. But, wait, we're going to make a jump. Could you, wait a second, just rip the bottom half off there. It's going to be tricky. Just underneath that number, there's another number. Yes, that's right. Oh, great. We're going to jump 50 years. And now the year is not 1621, it's 1671. Let's see what happened. 50 years later, more white people and more white people kept coming. In this year, the Wampanoag didn't have a good harvest. They had a bad harvest. It was very cold that year. And there's not very much deer left anymore because so many people have been eating them. The crops didn't grow so well that year. So this time the Wampanoag come to ask their friends for some help. Now the Pilgrims had a meeting to decide what to do.
Let us share with them and be their friends.
No, we should fight them and drive them from our land.
But I thought the land belongs to everyone. We're all human beings.
No, it belongs to us. They are savages. They don't even believe in our God.
Some wanted to be friends, but most turned their backs on the Wampanoag, and they had to leave without any help. When the first Europeans came, the English, the French, the Dutch, the Spanish, Portuguese, there were millions and millions of buffalo roaming the plains. 100 years later, the buffalo were gone. The forests were cut down for fire, for farms, for fences. And when the first Europeans came, there were 150 different tribes of Native Americans, 1 million people. But later, most of the Native Americans were gone. Their food had been taken from war and from diseases, illnesses that their bodies couldn't fight. And a long time ago, this happened in America. This sounds like a sad thing, and it is a sad thing. So why do we celebrate Thanksgiving? We celebrate because the idea behind the first one, that first Thanksgiving, that's still a good idea. It's still the right thing to share things, to cooperate, to work together, to give thanks when you have enough to eat and enough to drink, and a place to sleep, freedom to think. So we have to say the first experiment didn't work. The first experiment failed. But we learned something from it. Look at us here. Just look here at this room. We've come from many different places in the world. We've come from different religions, different gods, different kinds of families, and here we are, all sitting together, watching the story of this first experiment. So that one didn't work, but the one that we're doing today seems to be working. Because every day, every single day in Vista, we try to work together. We play together. We learn together. We become better friends together. So the idea of the first Thanksgiving is still alive. And the Native Americans are still alive too. They didn't all die. And they're still, excuse me, Matt. Not all of them died. And they still are here reminding us to take care of this land which belongs to everyone. So let's sing that song one more time. 2 verses. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking down the Riverville Highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Thank you for coming to the experiment. Oh, sure. Let's do the first. Oh, let's do. Thank you for coming to see the experiment. We also want to bring up on stage the people that were the stand-ins that gave up their lunch periods along with the second graders gave up their lunch period every day to come. You want to come up on stage to the study seconds? The stand-ins come up. One more time. Here's everybody. Thank you for coming.
She didn't have class in theory. Well, yeah, two sizes too big. Oh, no, this one's a little She was very
Thank you for such a good audience. Thank you, parents, for coming also. It was great to see you this afternoon. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to come to your classes and talk to you a little bit at one class per class, but right now I'll dismiss one class at a time. This is Miss Ross' classroom. Thank you for being a good audience. You may go. Next class. Donald on second grade.
I'm out of the way. Please. Sorry. I'll still play with you. What are you? Peace. When I get home,